Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim of the wage gap.
I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had.
Yeah, no, it hasn't. So the gender wage gap is less than 10% if you are strictly comparing identical positions. It should still be a serious concern that it's even that large, that it exists at all when you are comparing identical positions. But also, you shouldn't do that. This is admittedly an extreme example, but fewer than 10% of Fortune 500 CEOs are women. The glass ceiling still exists. Biases against women in leadership roles. That is still a thing because men sit on boards. Men are executives. They choose men.
You mean like Hunter Biden? Burisma?
And likewise, men in male-dominated fields push women out when they try to enter. The same thing doesn't happen in reverse.
Where's your research on that fact? Do you have first-hand experience?
Toss in the fact that women are still expected to make time for family and kids, and men don't take that time so they're able to advance more easily. Yeah, it's real. It exists. Fuck off.
I've already talked about this on my TikTok. I feel like if you have half a brain, you would be able to put the pieces together. Because you're thinking of the adjusted wage gap, which, by the way, there is still a gap. It's significantly smaller than the actual wage gap, but there's still one. Just the fact that women are the ones who bear children puts them at a large disadvantage financially.
What happened on My Body, My Choice? You know, a lot of these women who are out there protesting abortion rights, my body, my choice, they're not out there becoming CEOs.
Not only do you have to take time off of work to give birth and to recover,
Which they do get paid for. Also, if you adopt children, guess what? You get paid maternity leave as well, so you can bond with your child.
but you have a child you need to take care of.
Yeah, so don't have children unless you can take care of them.
Daycare is extremely expensive, and you have to have a flexible schedule to have a child to be able to take care of that child. And what types of jobs let you have flexible schedules? Low-paying jobs.
But if you have the opportunity to make so much money, why would you have to worry about childcare when you can afford it? Or you can afford a nanny? You know how many people I know out there that have nannies and they own their own businesses? I know people who have nannies and who don't even work. They just have nannies. Like the husband works. The husband works his ass off and the wife is at home and they still have a nanny. What do you mean? I don't understand what that means. So low paying job is what's going to afford you a flexible schedule? That makes zero sense.
And not to mention that mothers usually get paid less when they become mothers, but fathers get paid more. I just want to let you know that there have been people who debunk climate change. There will be so many people wanting to deny things because they benefit from the denial of it.
That's funny because, you know, New York Times is claiming that California is going to go through a mega storm. You know, after we've been going through so many droughts, we're going to have a mega storm. We're going to have floods all over the place, right? Because of climate change. Yeah. Do some more reading.
Also, 75% of unpaid work is done by women globally, so they don't really have as much time to do paid work because they're so goddamn busy taking care of their husbands.
That's funny. You know, my wife makes close to $30 an hour. I make 16 an hour. 16 an hour. My wife works at the courthouse. 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 My wife works at the I work for a dispensary. I sell weed. I take out the trash. I wash dishes. I cook. Um, mind you, I still work 32 to 40 hours a week. My wife cooks. She mostly makes breakfast. My wife does clean. She does her own laundry. I do my own laundry. We keep the house up together. A lot of times she's been doing a lot of the yard work lately. Yard work really is just picking up the dog shit. I got 2 dogs. One's a Jack Russell mix. The other one's a Dachshund Chihuahua mix. So it's not big shit. We got 2 cars. One car's already paid off. The 2020 Camry, which is the one I pay for, right, every month. She drives to work. If she sees a cockroach, a cricket, a spider, or anything, she can't touch it. She can't be near it. I had to smash it. If you are a woman and you're marrying a man who turns out to be a child to you, that's your own dumbass fault. If you're a man and you marry a woman and she becomes like a mother to you, step the fuck up. But the whole wage gap BS, like, again, there's a huge gap between my pay and what my wife makes. She makes about $14 more than I do an hour. But yet, if you actually look at the finances and stuff, my wife mostly pays off her debt. And because of the income that I bring in, whether it's a $16 an hour I make at the dispensary or the VA pay that I get every month because I have combat related injuries. I mean, I still, after paying all the bills, I still always end up with $700 to $1,000 left over for the rest of the week. And by the looks of that room there, it looks like that's your bedroom, right? It looks like you're a gamer. It looks like you live with your parents. I don't know if you really want to talk about people being the child of somebody when you're in that situation.
When a heterosexual couple gets married, the woman's unpaid work goes up, but the man's unpaid work goes down. So you could say that when a man marries a woman, he gets a mother, but when a woman marries a man, she gets a son. There are so many factors that go into the wage gap. It's not just, let's look at these positions and see who makes more money. No, it's like the disparities between why aren't women in higher positions and making as much money as men on average. That's what it is. So just admit that you don't have an understanding of what it is and move on.
It's been debunked over and over and over again. You know what's funny? I modeled for Nike before, and for the same job, women got paid double for the same job for the same amount of time, but no one talks about the wage gap there. That was literally an enforced wage gap. But I just was like, okay, it is what it is. Girls are objects more than guys, I understand it. But they'll talk about like the sports and what about the WNBA? Nobody watches the WNBA. Even the feminists who complain about that can't name one WNBA player. No one's ever been in one game and said they just complain about it because they like complaining. It's fun.
Based on the 2020 census, the number one inequality that women say that they experience is pay inequality. But women are paid less annually in the United States. But pay gap really does not exist within jobs. Women make less money annually because of the choices. Women choose teaching versus engineering. They choose nursing versus being a doctor. They choose marketing versus sales. Those are lower paying careers. Secondly, women take off more time annually than men, so they're working less hours. So pay gap really does not exist. Women make less because of choices.
Would you rather have a high-profile job for no pay or clean sewers for $100,000 a year?
I struggle with the smell of poo. So I think a high-profile job with no pay, because when you think about it, it would come with incentives.
You can pay your mortgage though. I guess there's pros to both of them, but to give you a flat-out answer, I would prefer to have the high profile job without pay, because if I was high profile, I'd market myself to be sponsored by some company and just keep working at it and get money, get paid, do more with that platform I have.
I'm cleaning sewers for 100K, man. Ain't no shame in my game.
I'm cleaning sewers. There's no question about it.
Why?
More money.
Clean the sewers. I'm just going in my head. No, I'm going to clean the sewers for $100,000 a year.
Or clean sewers for $100,000 a year?
Oh my God. I'd rather the first one.
Okay, so wouldn't that explain why you're paid less?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do...
Because I really don't want to do that.
You don't want to do the dangerous, dirty jobs.
No.
So could that possibly be why so many women earn less money than men?
Yep.
So is that based on discrimination or based on choice?
And choices.
Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't? Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation. That toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts, and birth rates are plummeting. Men and women are not the same, and by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity, feminists are demonizing and emasculating men.
Look, I'm all about equality. I'm all about empowering women. You know, I believe my wife can do just about anything she wants to do. But this whole feminism thing, it's a convenience. You remember when Ukraine was just being invaded by Russia and everybody started talking about, oh, there's going to be a draft, A lot of y'all women, a lot of y'all feminists were like,
oh no, war is not my thing, my place is in the kitchen.
And I even made a video saying that, no, your place is not in the kitchen. If your place is not in the kitchen now, it shouldn't ever be in the kitchen. Because a lot of y'all can't cook. Thank you for watching. Remember that you're loved, and remember to be great every day. Be great. Don't be a victim.
The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, or ugly, or handsome, like your father. You can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.
All right! I'm already down. Why I want to be down with a dude that's down also? That makes no sense.
What do you need from him?
I need to have my own car. You need to have your own car.
346 minutes later.
I need to ring.
Does he have to make all that happen, or what? How does that
work?
Yeah.
Why would you not make that happen? That's what the man's supposed to do.
Damn. So what are you bringing to the table?
What am I bringing to the table?
Yeah.
I showed up to the table.
Yo. That dumb bitch said she showed up to the table. Looks like she showed up to a lot of tables. Call me a hater, but this is what she looked like in that video, trying to squeeze into a little box. And if she's showing up to the table, who's doing the cooking? What do you bring to the table? Yourself? Not good enough. Not good enough. There's a microwave. I bet that's how you make your meals.
No, yeah, you could at least put it in the microwave right here. The
what are you
microwave
talking
right
about?
Here. What the fuck is this? Is this the box that you... Oh, hell no. And then you got the honey... What the honey buns for? What the honey buns for?
I made
what the... You made what?
Cinnamon buns.
No, you did not make no damn cinnamon buns. What the... She made some motherfucking, what the fuck is this? Oh, hell no. You got me all the way. Give me my goddamn phone back. What the fuck is this? Talking about she cooking food for me. Is this the generation we live in? Is this the generation we live in?
You put this ring on my finger!
No, you can give me that shit back. You can give me that shit back. Hold on. Give me that shit back. Hell no. Well, no, let's really dissect this, y'all. Because y'all know me. Look at this shit. You mean to tell me
niggas are unappreciated?
Unappreciated. I'm trying to call your ass all motherfucking day.
I've been cooking all day.
And you talking about you cooking all day? What the hell was you cooking all day? This shit don't take off.
Hot pocket.